Hello, my name is Caleb Smith with the Rocket Miner newspaper, here with an update for April 30th, 2021, where we're going to go over a scam alert, local scholarship essay contest, recognition of some longtime serving college instructors, or have a quick reminder about the cancer walk run that's scheduled tomorrow, and also just talk about local artists putting their works on display in a couple places in the community, recognizing hardworking people for the talented stuff they do. But we do need to start with the scam alert. Earlier this week, the Wyoming Department of Health announced that laboratory test results and the data associated with for more than 164,000 Wyoming residents had accidentally been released. They stressed that the information was limited, but while they don't believe that it has necessarily gone too far, people are capitalizing on the story of the release, using it, trying to get people's information. Jerry Hendricks, Officer of Privacy, Security, and Contacts Administrator with the Wyoming Department of Health, said they're now hearing reports of Wyoming residents receiving fraudulent calls from people claiming to represent the department in connection with the breach. Quote, "The callers falsely claim to represent us, saying they are calling about the breach and then ask individuals they've reached for insurance, Medicare, Medicaid, and other financial information. In some instances, they seem to have been able to make it appear as if the calls are coming from state government phone numbers," Hendricks said. We've in the past, Rocket Miners covered scams involving spoofing. That's where they fool your caller ID numbers on your cell phone, landline, whatever. And even if you call back the exact same number, you wouldn't necessarily get the person you've just been calling for. Going back to Hendricks, who says, "No one representing the department will ask you for insurance, Medicare, Medicaid, or personal financial information. No one representing the department will call you about the breach unless they are returning a call that you made to us first." She went on to note that the affected files that were leaked did not contain Social Security numbers or banking, financial, health insurance, Medicaid, or Medicare information. That's why the scammers were trying to get it. The leak did include patient ID, address, date of birth, test results, and dates of service. And honestly, a portion of those results, a lot of people's addresses, ages, are available on the internet. That information was out there for people to take advantage of anyway. Just in general, be cautious of unsolicited people asking you for information. Question yourself, is this really the normal way things would go about it? Even if you think they're real, one of the general advice is to hang up, contact the agency yourself. Even if you end up talking to the same person, which, for we've heard from lots of law enforcement people, doesn't generally happen. That's a better way to make sure that you're calling them. And like I said, look up that number independently. Don't just call back the number on the phone, even if it's been spoofed. Do your own research. Be skeptical of what they're asking for and or what they're promising in return. The Wyoming Department of Health has set up a information line dedicated to the breach, and that's at 1-833-847-5916. You can call that number between 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. Moving on to something a little bit more positive. The Sweetwater County Historical Museum is once again hosting an essay contest. It's open to Sweetwater County students in 10th and 11th grade, where they're being asked to write about a local historical event that inspires me. The essays are asked to be no more than 1,500 words. Winning essays in each grade will earn the writer a $100 prize and be published in local newspapers. Rocket Miner was happy to participate in that last year. I'm looking forward to see what they, what we're able to share and highlight in the months to come. Look for rocketminer. You can see the story at rocketminer.com for a few more details. Today, the Western Wyoming Community College Board of Trustees had a special meeting. The only items on the agenda were voting on conferring Professor Emeritus status on two long-serving retiring staff members. The two at hand were Paul Johnson, Associate Professor of Oil and Gas Technology and Chair of the School of Business and Industry, and Dorothy Harton, Associate Professor of Exercise Science and Interim Chair of the School of Math and Science. Board members had nothing but nice things to say. The idea is that's occasionally they review the staff. Those have at least more than 20 years and are actively engaged. A committee passes on, both staff and students passes that on to the college president, who then presents it to the trustees. Both of these talented individuals were highly praised by the board and each received a unanimous designation of Professors Emeritus status. There was even some who shared some personal stories, and just while we're happy to give them such honors, the goal is that they hope that they walk the halls again soon. As Trustee George Ekman said, they are always welcome back. Still keeping with the topic of Western Wyoming Community College, it will be hosting the annual Run with Sandy, 5K walk or run, your choice, tomorrow morning at the Rock Springs campus. Registration starts at 8:30 a.m. at Western Commons. That's kind of like that open area that they've been building up the last couple of years. Immediately following the run, breakfast will be served by a local Kiwanis group. For those of you who may not remember or just need a refresher, Sandy Mitchell taught biology at Western for 28 years and died on May 8th, 2017 from breast cancer. She was highly revered and loved by Western students and faculty alike, and she's one of those teachers that they talk about having a long-lasting impact on many people's lives. When it comes to the walk or run, participants can complete a 5K walk, that's 3 laps around Western's outdoor track on campus, or a 5K run, doing a loop around Gateway and Skyline. Organizers ask that those who are walking sign up for a 9 a.m. time slot. For those planning to run, hustle a little bit more, sign up for a 9:30 time slot. Just to stay with Western for one last story, right now, Western Wyoming is promoting its student artist. It's the first student exhibits that they've had since 2019 due to COVID restrictions. If you go to the art gallery right now, you can see their many works, or actually if you're timely, and I upload this quickly enough, there will actually be an awards ceremony at 6 p.m. April 30th, today, recognizing the award winners amongst the artists. If you missed that, I'm sorry. But you can still always drop by the exhibit. It's open daily from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. There's some really cool stuff in there. I'm kind of curious to see who gets highlighted amongst the best. And speaking of, and still keeping with the theme of local artists, the Community Fine Arts Center is hosting its last in its series of Youth Arts Awards. While Youth Art Month is typically just in March, because we have so many local students that they like to highlight in Sweetwater County School District number 1, pardon me. They usually give different age groups, different schools, a couple weeks throughout the year. We're now getting to the end where Rock Springs High School and Black Butte High School students are being recognized. There actually was a reception earlier this week where Rocket Miner has had pictures posted online, or better yet, go to the CFAC at 400 C Street in Rock Springs. That's right next to the Rock Springs Library, downtown library as many of you know it. The Community Fine Arts Center hours are typically 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday. 10 a.m. to 5 a.m. on Friday, noon to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. I also got the chance to go to this exhibit. If you'd like, we do have a virtual tour. If you just are busy or can't get downtown, you can see that on the Rocket Miner YouTube page. You may be here, or you can easily click this video to get to there. Or like I said, I think you're better off doing it yourself. There are some wonderful works. Some of my personal favorites were There's just kind of like this block-like cat. There's some wonderful ceramic pieces. I've never seen ceramic pancakes before, or there's some kind of creepy crawly creatures too. There's artworks that are kind of like facsimile comic book pages of stories that I'd love to read. You may know that I know in my background that there's some items in here that I do like comics, so I'm predisposed toward that. Or one of the pieces of the exhibit is a Wendigo, creature folklore, often said to be ravenously haunting the wild waste to the north. It's a bit skull-faced. It is a hoot to take in yourself, and or if you have a right position to watch other people come in and watch it. One of my favorite pictures that didn't make it into our photo package for the print edition, but it is online, was actually of a little boy kind of getting a look at it and trying to figure things out. A lot of people weren't familiar with that part of the bloodlust savagery of the Wendigo. It's a mixed media arts artwork by an artist who actually has multiple other pieces featured there. A lot of the students actually, some of these were works that were looked at the state art competition. One of the other ones that I really liked was a picture, a kind of mini booklet of mainly pencil and ink drawings. And actually the artist, uniquely enough, actually had some stickers for sale representing his work. That I was happy to get. He goes by, his artist is under the branded name Oddity. Sorry, I'm not going to quite get that. And they did sell out while I was there. I got one of them, obviously. Don't know if they'll have more works by this young artist. I'd be keeping an eye out that in the future for that stuff. And just in general, there are just a lot of people who, at the reception, it was entertaining to see. There were some people making connections. Some, they'd only had art like first semester and were distancing, hadn't actually gotten to meet some of their instructors in person until then. It was always fun to see kids going, hey, take a picture with me with what I did, or there were lots of people bragging about. I honestly heard more stories of art students bragging about what their classmates had done than what they were personally doing. Just so much work and heart goes into that. The exhibit continues through May 15th at the Community Fine Arts Center. And whether it's these local art exhibits, it's the cancer fundraiser. We're going to have a lot of graduation ceremonies coming up soon. Hope that you're finding safe ways to get out there, connect with the community, see what's going on, virtually or physically. Just hope you're playing a part. This is Caleb Smith with the Rocket Miner newspaper, wishing you a good day and a safe tomorrow. Bye.